Hello, you see what I'm wearing? So it's science experiment time. Now this one I have never done before. It's going to be super fun. So I'm going to put some gloves on. We are going to be using plaster of Paris today. If you want to look at the experiment, it's on page 256 in your science book. But we're going to take plaster of Paris and we're going to make some plaster. Now I'm looking at the ingredients, and the ingredients say to use 3 cups of plaster of Paris and use 1 cup of water. Now I have my cups, my measuring cup, just like I had when we were doing our baking, but I only have this cup. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to divide by 3 because I'm going to use 1 cup of plaster of Paris. If I use 1 cup of plaster of Paris instead of 3 cups, how many or what part of a cup of water am I going to use? That's right, 1/3 cup of water. So we are using math and science together today. It's pretty exciting. So we're going to take a cup of our plaster of Paris. Whoa. Here we go. We'll add a little bit more. Awesome. We're going to add it into our cup. It's going to be a lot. All right, we're going to do plan B and go with a bigger cup. Awesome. And then, like I said, we have 1/3 cup of water to add to this. And then all we need to do to make our plaster is mix it. If you'll notice, I'm using a very expensive mixing spoon. Yeah, it's a chopstick. They are awesome for mixing goopy stuff. So we're just going to stir this. What we're going to do then is we're going to take this sponge that I have and put it in the plaster. Now, for this experiment, it's going to take us 4 days to do this. You're probably going to watch the whole thing in 10 minutes. So just know we're going to check back every day to see how our plaster is looking and how our experiment is looking. But you will see it pretty good. All right, so I've been stirring it. We actually paused for a minute because it took a little bit long to stir, but right now I have just plaster that is liquid. I'm going to take our sponge and we're going to wrap tin foil around it. Just like that. And we are going to set this in the plaster. So I'm going to make sure it goes down because I want to make a little spot for it. So this is what we have right now. We have our plaster, we have our sponge with the tin foil in the plaster. We just need to wait for day 2. So I will see you back probably in about a minute for you and a whole day for me. All right, see you later. Hello, it's day 2 and it is time for us to pull out the sponge. Well, let's see if you can see it really quickly. It has hardened and it actually does come out. That's so cool. All right, in our example, it does show that there is less tin foil. So I'm gonna try to see if I can pull off some of this tin foil so we can get back, so we can see more of the plaster. All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit more of our tin foil off so we can see more. I think I'll just try to push it down. But now we have a hollow place that we're going to add water. And our next step, let me see, is going to be to put this in the freezer. And then we're gonna see what happens. So if you look in there, there's water in there, and I'm going to put it in the freezer. So I will see you in about 2 minutes, not actually probably a minute, and this will be a whole nother day. So I'll see you on day 3. Bye-bye. All right, welcome back. We're on day 3, and this is where we get to find out what happened in our experiment. Now, you know on day 2, we saw that the plaster had gone together and there were no cracks. But when we put the water in and I put it in the freezer, it froze into ice. And if you'll notice, there's a crack here. And there's another crack there that wasn't there before. So I need you to figure out why. So you're going to go to page 257 and you're going to fill out number 4, number 5, and number 6 to tell me why, after freezing, there are cracks in our plaster. All right, I hope you enjoyed our experiment. I will see you later.